And for me, as of late, I've really found myself diving deep into the biblical covenants, Abrahamic, Mosaic, Noahic, everything else in between, and seeing how our understanding of those covenants guides the entire narrative of Scripture. And when I've looked at, in the Old Testament, for example, just God's dealings with the nation of Israel, I mentioned earlier the example with the golden calf, right? And how he was going to wipe them out and yet still was bent on keeping this remnant so that the promise could be intact. Or, and this is something I thought about too, when it comes to Noah and his family being preserved, right? We have to ask ourselves, okay, the world was sinful and God could have just wiped them all out, but why exactly did he preserve Noah? And I don't know if this is an obvious answer and it just didn't come to me till recently, or if I'm way off base, but I thought about the promise in Genesis 3 about the woman and her descendant, right, Eve, and how her descendant, her seed would crush the serpent's head, right? So if he were to just completely start over, well, then it wouldn't be a genetic descendant of Eve who the Messiah is ultimately coming through. So I don't know if that's reading too much into it as to why he decided to preserve Noah and his family or whoever. But when I look at all these different things in the biblical covenants, I see this constancy, I guess, if that's a word, or this sort of enduring nature that God seems to have with these people, even though they do face temporal discipline.